You're watching Inside Automotive with Cheyenne Malone.
As a leader, it's no secret that you're going to face challenges, and you're truly tested when things get tough. Award-winning author, keynote speaker, and trainer Scott Mautz says mental strength can help make all the difference. He's here to talk more about his latest book titled The Mentally Strong Leader. Scott, welcome.
Thank you so much, Cheyenne. Great to be back. This is one of my favorite things about Atlanta, this show.
Yeah, well, good. I love it. We'll have you anytime. So your book is due out May 7th, and we're all anxious and looking forward to that. In your book, you're calling mental strength the leadership superpower of our times. Okay, you got to elaborate on that for me.
Quite a bold claim.
Yeah.
Well, mental strength, first of all, it's the ability to regulate your emotions, your thoughts, and your behaviors for productive outcomes, even in adversity. In other words, as I like to say, it's managing yourself internally, Cheyenne, so that you can lead externally. And here's the thing. I think most of us know intuitively that to succeed, you have to be able to self-regulate your emotions, your thoughts, and your behaviors. But let me let you in on a secret. It's really hard to do. It's really hard to do. But with the mentally strong leader, the good news here is that if you can build the habits, and there are habits that actually lead to increased mental strength, it's actually how you train your brain for achievement. Because my research has shown nothing correlates more with sustained achievement than mental strength. It's what makes mental strength, despite how hard it can be to build it and to create it, it's what makes it the leadership superpower of our times.
And you've already identified 6 mental muscles that make up that mental strength you're referring to. How do you, help leaders figure out which of these muscles they need to improve?
Yeah, the 6 mental muscles that equate to mental strengths are, and I think these will make sense to you, Shane. There's fortitude, confidence, boldness, decision-making, the ability to stay goal-focused on your goals, and messaging, the positivity of the messages you send to the troops and the quality of your presence and the integrity of your intent. So these 6 core mental muscles make up mental strength. And in The Mentally Strong Leader, the book, you could take a mental strength self-assessment, 50 questions I've been working on for over 3 years solid to validate and to retest that will help you discern your overall mental strength score, but also how you score for each one of these mental muscles, fortitude, confidence, boldness, messaging, decision-making, and goal focus. How do you score on each one of those? So then you can use the book and all the habits that are contained within to figure out which ones do you want to work on for you. And you don't have to do all of them all the time. Cheyenne, when you go to the gym, I'm sure you don't go in thinking, I'm going to work on every muscle in my body today. You go in thinking, okay, I don't know, today is leg day or today is, back day. That's the way the mentally strong leader and the assessment works. You can discern what muscles are right, what habits you want to build, so you can build a custom mental strength training program that's right for you over time.
And you've also mentioned in your book that building mental muscles relies on habit building science. Elaborate on that for me. Tell us about it.
Yeah, if you want to build any one of the 6 core mental muscles that equate to mental strength, you have to build the habits to do so. And habit building science teaches us, and I've been studying the art and science of building habits for a very long time. Habit building science teaches us that if you want to increase muscles, you need repetitions. Right? If you want to get stronger arms, Cheyenne, when you're at the gym, you got to do multiple curls. That's how it works. If you want to build your fortitude muscle to be mentally stronger in that way, you have to get reps in. And you get reps in through systems and frameworks. And in the over 50 proven tools that are in the Mentally Strong Leader, these tools show up as systems and frameworks that you can use to build the habits, including 2 key inflection points in building habits. Habit building science also teaches us you will never form that habit, Cheyenne, if you don't take that first small step. So each habit comes with a section that describes what's the first small step I need to take to form that habit, to build greater confidence. And it also includes a section called In Moments of Weakness, because habit building science also teaches us, and this is probably true, think of the last time you struggled building a new habit. When you get to an inflection point and you break down, You're trying to be more resilient, but you give in the moment. You give in to your emotions. In that moment of weakness, what should you do? The book and all 50 tools include sections that tell you what to do in moments of weakness so you can actually build that habit over the long haul.
And you mentioned fortitude, obviously, being one of those big points. What gets in the way of having the fortitude to push through challenges?
Yeah, I think, if you think about it, fortitude is a lot about problem solving, Cheyenne, and something amazing happens, which is this. How could you solve problems if you haven't admitted that you have one in the first place? And in the Mentally Strong Leader, I talk about this insidious trap that we can fall into called the static trap. Meaning, first, we can be static. In other words, we deny that a problem exists and we don't do anything about it until the problem can no longer be ignored. Then we move to creating static around the problem itself, distortion, trying to downplay the problem, making excuses about why the problem exists, redirecting attention or finger pointing. And then finally, even when we've admitted the problem exists, we can remain static, meaning not doing anything about it at all and just letting the problem sit there. So in the Mentally Strong Leader, I talk about the static trap that we can fall into and about different ways that you can avoid the static trap and actually recognize the signs of problem denial and instead moving quickly to admitting you have a problem and doing something about it.
And when you talk about confidence, okay, so we all know who has too much confidence in our lives, right? How do you know?
We all know somebody like that, yeah.
Yes. How do you know, how much to go, how far you've got to go if you have a gap to fill?
Yeah, when you take the mental strength self-assessment, you'll get a score. Let's talk about the confidence muscle. So there's different tiers within the assessment. So you can score the lowest tier, which is, by the way, the opposite of mentally strong is not mentally weak. We all have mental strength baseline to build from. But that said, maybe you take the assessment and you discern in confidence that you score the lowest level, which is novice. In that level, along with the assessment, it gives you specific steps to tell you, okay, this is what I have to do to get up, to level up, to get up to the next level, to get up to the next level. The highest level being what I call a beacon, where you absolutely emit mental strength and people are drawn to you because of it. So the self-assessment will help you discern where you are and how far you have to go to get up to increasing higher levels, level up in your mental strength.
How do you build that muscle, that confidence muscle?
Boy, there's so many ways to do it. In the book, I even have something that I call the self-acceptance spectrum, where you can think about, you have to monitor your relationship with yourself, Cheyenne, and your own confidence. And there are many different ways we could show up as not confident. We can be, we could always be approval seeking, right? Trying to get the approval of other people. We can always be comparing ourselves to others. I teach this stuff, Cheyenne, and I still work on that, not comparing to others. We can have imposter syndrome. We can constantly beat ourselves up with negative inner chatter. So it's understanding your relationship with self-doubt and understanding your relationship with how accepting you are of yourself. And then you can figure out within the context of that which tool you need to build confidence in that way, which you can do in the Mentally Strong Leader.
Interesting. You talk about mental strength. What's the difference between mental strength and mental toughness? Because that's been around for a long time. We've heard so many people refer to that.
Yes, I get a lot of questions on that, Cheyenne, and on what's the difference to emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence and mental toughness, the way to think about it is they are slices of a bigger umbrella called mental strength. Mental toughness is primarily focused on helping you with the fortitude muscle. How can you have grit? How can you power through and show resilience? But mental strength is broader than that. Fortitude is a piece of it. Mental strength also includes, as I said, confidence and boldness and the ability to make great decisions and the ability to stay focused on your goals and to message positively to the troops. So it's within, mental toughness is within the broader umbrella of mental strength.
Makes sense when you break it down like that. So much good stuff in this book. Any final thoughts you want to leave us with, Scott?
Just to remember that you are the opposite of mental strength is not mentally weak. We all have a baseline of mental strength that we could work from. So I don't want listeners to feel daunted by this. Get the Mentally Strong Leader, take the self-assessment, figure out where you are, see where you land on the 6 core mental muscles, and then you can build the habits accordingly as you go from there.
And your book will help us along the way. Tell me when pre-sales start.
Pre-sales start May 7th, and if you want to check it out, you can go to scottmautz.com to do that. And by the way, I have a gift lined up for anybody that's a big fan of the show like I am. You can go to scottmautz.com/mentally-strong-gift. And you can put that in your show notes, and you will get a 60-page PDF that has the assessment. So if you want to take it early to start thinking about mental strength, even before the book comes out on May 7th, you can do that. And the 60-page PDF is also filled with prompt questions to help you get the most out of the book, The Mentally Strong Leader. So that's scottmautz.com/mentally-strong-gift.
I love a good gift. I appreciate it. All right, and I know our viewers do as well. Scott Mautz, keynote speaker, trainer, and author, as we know very well. Thanks so much again for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching Inside Automotive with Cheyenne Malone.